Happy New Year, Virgo. This is Michael with your January 2023 reading. I was really connecting with your energy. I already have some cards here on the table for you, and I really do get the sense that there are things that aren't quite as they appear in your life. And I really feel like in January, you're taking a closer look, especially in your relationships and interpersonal dynamics. You might be realizing there are certain patterns or behaviors or energies that you somehow didn't see before. And connecting with your energy, I almost get this like kind of frustration with this because it feels like, why didn't I notice this? How did I miss this? And I think in part that's because we have your ruling planet Mercury retrograde this month as well, along with Mars and Uranus. However, all three of these planets are also going direct. So even though January might be off to a slow or even rocky start, we're actually going into a direction that will really help us catapult us towards the future. Before we get too far into your reading, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards and stars for you. For those of you who are ready for a more personal, in-depth look into 2023, you can actually get 30% off any astrology reading on my website using the code in the stars through January 14th. You can find all of my links in the description box down below, including my services, astrology blog, and social media accounts. So the first cards I pulled for you, Virgo, were actually animal spirit cards from the Wild Unknown. And we got the owl and the dragonfly. And again, both of these cards really do reflect vision to me and seeing things. We have the owl, which is very often a symbol of clairvoyance and clairaudience, or clear hearing and clear seeing. Your intuition is something that you are really focused on this month, and seeing things that you have overlooked or missed. You can actually call on owl energy, maybe visualizing it or meditating with it to help you see things that you could be missing or to help you read between lines. But with the dragonfly, it's like there's also this sort of scattered energy or even illusory energy, because dragonfly has that kind of reflective, shimmery, almost fey-like quality. And there's something glittering in the dark. That's something I am getting visually. It's like you are noticing something in a dark place, whether this is just a metaphor or maybe something even quite literal. You are finding truths. You are finding treasures even in unexpected places. And so I really want you to turn your gaze into those unexpected places and to really slow down with this energy as well. Because the dragonfly can kind of be all over the place. It can be a very scattered energy. It's also a very good animal to call on when we need to make big and drastic changes in our direction. Dragonflies can change direction very easily mid-flight. So there may be themes like that coming up for you as well. But overall, I feel like this is about the mediation between the heart and the mind, how your thoughts influence your emotions and vice versa. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, especially with the Cancer full moon on the 6th, I really encourage you to take a moment to just catch your breath, to slow down, and really just listen to your thoughts and pay attention to them, and almost tell yourself or narrate your emotions to yourself. Like, I am thinking the thought that I am worthless, or I'm never going to find love, or whatever these intrusive thoughts or beliefs are, because just by putting it in that framework, it can almost create distance so you can actually look at it and objectively see it and interact with it. And I feel like that's going to be a really important theme for this month as well. The first tarot card I actually got for you was the Five of Swords, and this really does feel like self-sabotaging influences from the past are something that you are leaving behind this month. There may have been a situation that you had to leave or a relationship that you had to leave. I kind of feel like a lot of you have just been tying up or cutting loose ends in your life, and really January, especially the first half of it, is kind of a continuation of this theme. Again, we have 3 planets that are retrograde until the 12th, 18th, and 22nd is when the last one, Uranus, goes direct. And really, I think there is a lot that feels kind of discouraging or agitating, or like we're having a hard time moving forward. There's a lot of inertia at the beginning of this month. But then something is kind of shifting around Aquarius season where we are gaining momentum again. So I feel like in the meantime, you could be walking away from things. You are noticing things again with the Hanged Man. You are seeing things from a different perspective. And with with this being Capricorn season, with Mercury, your ruling planet, retrograde in Capricorn especially, there is a lot of focus on your passions, on your interests, as well as romance too. I kind of do wonder if there is someone who is maybe not super aligned with your energy who's kind of around you, especially if there's something in the workplace. I could see that with Mars retrograde in Gemini as well for you. We do have the Seven of Swords. And so, again, there is something that is being hidden or something that someone is trying to hide. But honestly, Virgo, I think you are seeing this and you're not crazy. Like, if you're getting hints of something or feeling impressions of something and you can't quite figure out what it is, trust your gut. Really, really trust your gut. I think someone is trying to hide something or someone is not being entirely forthcoming with you. And I feel like you need to really just listen to your guidance system. That feels very, very significant for my Virgos for this month. We do have Mars going direct on the 12th. And when Mars goes direct, there could be something that kind of plays out, especially in your workplace or career, or even just your public image at large. You might be gaining momentum again or gaining energy. Mars has been retrograde since the end of October, and it's just been a very frustrated energy, and we haven't been able to move forward very easily. So some people have been dealing with agitation and frustration, while other people have been dealing with burnout and just very low energy. So I do feel like that is something that is shifting for you as well towards the middle of the month. And I think when Mercury really goes direct on the 18th, this is actually the same day that the Sun and Pluto are also coming together in the sign of Capricorn. So a lot of Capricorn energy, and there is something that is being revealed. I really see the Seven of Swords more so as someone is trying to hide something. Something is not super obvious, but I actually feel like you do see this, Virgo. You are seeing this before anyone else does. And maybe you need to speak up. Maybe you need to say something. You might even have gotten these messages in some of your readings before. Something is coming, and you might not know what exactly this is, but you have a sense of it. And I actually want to clarify. What is this Seven of Swords about? What is this thing that Virgo is noticing? Well, that flew right out. Interesting. We have the Strength card. I feel like this is very interesting to me because I feel like there is an influence or someone who seems very composed and like grade A actor, like someone who is very good at not showing their emotions or someone who is very composed in some way. Strength really represents composure to me. It is the strength of not being overwhelmed or swept up in emotions, even though we feel them. And so I feel like you are seeing beneath people's guises. You're seeing things that they might not want other people to see. So that's kind of interesting. And again, this could be especially in your relationships. You might be feeling like someone is hiding something, and I actually do have some pretty good energy. We have the Hierophant and actually the Lovers here. So I feel like you might be picking up on energy with someone where it feels like they're hiding something from you and you are feeling suspicious or skeptical of their intentions. I don't think it's that serious. And I know that sounds kind of bold because we do have the Seven of Swords here. We even had the Five of Swords in the past. I feel like you've already walked away from situations in your life that haven't worked for you. You've learned the red flags, and maybe you're almost seeing red flags where they aren't necessarily, it's not that they're not there, it's that there's more information, there's more context to behaviors. And I think this is especially true in relationships, like intimate relationships, but it could also be a friendship, or even something with a coworker or a business partner. I could see that too. But I actually feel like there is the potential for harmony still. The Hierophant is kind of interesting to me. I want to clarify, why is this card on the table? This does represent Taurus energy, and we do have Uranus going direct in the sign of Taurus. I feel like there's a big perspective shift. Honestly, Virgo, I almost feel like you're somehow feeling humbled by this month. Even though you are picking up on things, you are noticing things, it feels like by the time you realize something or by the time you get something, it's almost too late. Um, and I think this is kind of making you question your worldview a little bit, interestingly enough. Um, and that almost feels like too dramatic for this energy, but it's just like, oh, it's almost like you're checking yourself. You're checking your biases or tracking them. We do have the devil energy coming out, so this is interesting. This is a very Capricornian energy. It's very Saturnian. Um, yeah, someone is trying to keep something hidden. I think, honestly, Virgo, it's like, I don't even know if we can tell from this reading if someone is being direct with you or indirect with you um, because there is some sort of fear, or if someone is actually trying to manipulate you. And maybe this could be coming from different energies or different places. It almost feels like there's two threads here at the same time. It's like there's someone who you don't think you can trust, but I actually get that there is something trustworthy about them. There's just something that isn't obvious. There's like a missing piece of the puzzle. But then there's another person who might be trying to pull a fast one on you, and that one actually feels a little more unexpected. Where is this coming up? Where is this kind of manipulation or deception coming up? It could be involving spirituality, actually. There could be a figure or someone you are following, or just some sort of belief system, and it's almost like there's something that's being revealed there. Yeah, the Hermit. Um, I mean, this is also your energy too, so there again could be issues of self-sabotage or ways that you hold yourself back. I actually feel like there is this figure in your life who tries to present themselves as a sort of guru or some sort of mentor or leadership. This could be a life coach, this could be a spiritual speaker, this could even be like a motivational speaker of some kind. And it feels like there's kind of a scandal, actually. And this is somehow causing you to question your beliefs or question some sort of community of some kind. Um, and I do actually feel like this person's intentions aren't necessarily the best. Maybe they started off with good intentions, but I feel like someone is getting a little power trippy or someone has kind of crossed the line. But I do feel like with the lovers in the future, you're connecting more personally. I feel like some of you, again, this almost feels like an online thing or someone you've been following, and it's almost like this professional or distant or mentorship type of relationship. And you've been using that to almost get a sense of intimacy that you're actually supposed to be deriving from your closer and more intimate connections. And I do feel like with the lovers too, it's a combination message of self-love and self-respect as well. You are coming to into your own spiritual sovereignty, your own self-sovereignty. And I do feel like there are blessings coming to your relationships. Um, and I feel like another thing that's kind of coming up this month too, especially towards the end, with Venus and Saturn coming together in Aquarius the same exact day that you're having this sort of perspective shift or something blown open. Around this time, I really do feel like it's important for you to commit to routines and practices that are beneficial to you. This really does feel like specifically things that benefit your mental health and your mind. I feel like jogging, meditation, really things that can help you come into greater clarity are going to be very, very important. And it's kind of this body-mind connection is what I am getting. And maybe that's what this Lover's card is also representing on some level too. Are there any other messages that we have for Virgo for this time? Any other messages for Virgo? We do have the Knight of Swords, so I do feel like you are moving towards something, and I think there could even be some unexpected travel or migration that is happening, especially with Uranus going direct in Taurus. Um, I really do wonder too, like thinking of this as Gemini energy, I'm wondering if there's something with a boss or some sort of work scandal that is coming to light. And it feels like there's a lot of these sort of unexpected energies in relationships this month. Is there anything else for Virgo? I actually want to pull one more oracle card for you. I'm going to be pulling from the Moonology Oracle. Oops. Let's see. What are the messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising? Any Virgo placements watching this? Wow. So we have new moon eclipse. Expect powerful change. Yeah, there's a major shift and new beginning that is happening. And like, I think with this sort of owl imagery that we had earlier and even the dragonfly, it's like you might not even realize just how much is changing. There's something a little mysterious or unknown about it. And then we also have the full moon, which is surrendering to the divine. So there are releasing things. It's about having trust and faith in something bigger than people and individuals. It's almost like you're coming and connecting into spirituality in a deeper way. And that feels like that is possibly catalyzed by some sort of scandal or some sort of revelation with a figure coming to light. But you are coming more deeply into this spirituality or into your own sovereignty. And with this new moon eclipse card, there really are powerful shifts. And I think it's the end of this month, around the 22nd, when it really starts to feel like, okay, now I am in a new year. Now I am really moving forward. The energy does, again, feel a little frustrating at the start of this month. And it's like, almost like wrapping up the cycles. Whatever is not aligned must go. And I think there is a big forward momentum towards the end of this month, and it feels like it is very heartfelt. It feels very beautiful. I think it is actually strengthening connections, and you are just going for the things that light you up. You are chasing after those things, and maybe even braving the wilderness, flying into the unknown. And I think that is just so, so beautiful. Anyways, Virgo, those are all the messages I have for you for this month. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below what it is that you're picking up or what it is that what surprises are coming up this month. You'll have to keep me updated because this seems really interesting and unexpected and almost like a plot twist. But yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Virgo. Have a happy and blessed January.